If your life feels stuck in an endless cycle of repetitions, the issue might not be external circumstances, but the energy you're holding within. Think about it. Every thought, every emotion, every belief emits a vibration that the quantum field picks up and responds to. It's like a radio station. If you're tuned in to fear, doubt, or lack, reality will inevitably reflect those same frequencies back to you. But what if there were a way to change that station? What if, instead of struggling against what's outside, you could learn to adjust the energy you emit, triggering quantum events that seem miraculous, but are actually just natural responses to your new vibration? Today, we're going to explore exactly that. You'll discover how external reality isn't solid, but a vibrational field that responds to your sustained frequency. You'll understand how quantum events, those unexpected occurrences that seem to come out of nowhere, can be intentionally triggered simply by shifting your internal energy. And the promise of this video is clear. You don't need to force anything externally. The key is to tune into the right energy, sustain it, and allow the quantum field to do the rest. So get ready to break out of the cycle of stagnation and access a field of infinite possibilities. What are quantum events and how are they triggered? Quantum events are those occurrences that seem to come out of nowhere, defying the linear logic of the mind. They're the perfect coincidences, the unexpected encounters, the opportunities that appear when you least expect them. But in reality, nothing comes from nowhere. Everything is the result of the energy you're sustaining in the quantum field. This field is a vast ocean of frequencies, a space where all possibilities already exist in potential, just waiting for the right signal to manifest in your physical reality. Imagine reality as a constantly moving hologram. In this hologram, matter isn't solid, it's energy vibrating at different frequencies. When you sustain a specific vibration, that energy starts to resonate with certain possibilities in the quantum field. It's like tuning into an invisible radio station. The more you hold a vibration, whether it's peace, gratitude, fear, or lack, the stronger that frequency becomes, creating a point of convergence in the quantum field. That point is what we call a quantum event. But what distinguishes a quantum event from a regular event? The difference lies in how it manifests. While regular events follow a predictable, linear pattern, quantum events appear seemingly random, unexpected, almost miraculous. They aren't planned by the logical mind, but orchestrated by the sustained vibration. When you elevate your energy and maintain that frequency consistently, you start to create points of convergence in the quantum field. These points are like energy vortices, attracting situations, people, and circumstances that resonate exactly with what you're emitting. Imagine the quantum field as a vast invisible chessboard. Each piece represents a potential possibility. Each move is a vibrational frequency. When you change your energy, it's as if you're repositioning the pieces, creating new connections, and opening pathways that were previously blocked. But unlike regular chess, you're not the one consciously making the moves. Your only task is to maintain the elevated vibration, allowing the quantum field to organize events in response to your new frequency. This is why quantum events often seem to happen out of nowhere. You desire a new job, but instead of desperately searching for openings, you focus on sustaining the vibration of abundance and gratitude. Out of the blue, a person you haven't seen in years appears with an unexpected job recommendation. An old contact sends a message right when you're considering a career change. These are classic examples of quantum events. The quantum field doesn't respond to force or effort, but to vibrational coherence. The more you sustain a specific frequency, the stronger the point of convergence becomes, attracting events that match that vibration exactly. And this is where most people fail. They want quick results but don't sustain the new energy long enough. They constantly switch frequencies, oscillating between fear and confidence, doubt and certainty. As a result, the points of convergence don't have enough time to form, and quantum events remain latent, waiting for a more consistent vibration. Why most people can't trigger quantum events? Most people can't trigger quantum events because they are stuck in a cycle of external control, trying to force reality to conform to their desires, without realizing that true change happens internally, in the vibrational frequency they are emitting. Instead of aligning their energy with the quantum field, they try to manipulate circumstances, believing that physical actions alone will change the results. But the quantum field doesn't respond to physical effort. It responds to sustained vibrational coherence. Imagine someone who wants to manifest prosperity. They work tirelessly, send out resumes, make connections, but internally they are vibrating scarcity, fear of not being able to pay the bills, constant worry about lack. In this state, their energy is out of alignment with the vibration of abundance. The quantum field picks up that fear and doubt frequency, and instead of attracting new opportunities, they draw in more situations that reinforce the scarcity. The conditioned mind then enters a vicious cycle, trying even harder to control the external, not realizing that the true origin of reality lies in the internal frequency being maintained. This cycle is fueled by a mental system programmed to believe that the external is more real than the internal. Most people were conditioned to believe that it's concrete actions, external contacts, physical effort that move reality. They weren't taught to observe their own vibration, to identify the energy patterns they are constantly emitting. Thus, their energy remains scattered, fragmented between contradictory intentions, and the quantum field remains static, unable to organize coherent quantum events. Another factor that blocks the manifestation of quantum events is vibrational oscillation. A person decides they want a new relationship, for example. They begin to visualize, feel love, imagine perfect encounters. But then their conditioned mind activates memories of rejection, abandonment, fear of getting hurt again. This oscillation creates a chaotic field where the vibration doesn't stay consistent long enough for points of convergence to form. It's like trying to tune into two radio stations simultaneously. The result is noise, static, confusion. Vibrational oscillation is also fueled by the fear of the unknown. When someone begins to elevate their frequency, the conditioned mind goes on high alert, sensing that the old identity is being challenged. This mind tries to pull the person back to the old pattern, using thoughts of doubt, insecurity, discouragement. If the person succumbs to these thoughts, the vibration fragments, the point of convergence dissolves, and the quantum events don't have time to materialize. Additionally, most people underestimate the power of sustained vibration. They believe that thinking positively for a few minutes is enough to trigger quantum events. But the quantum field responds to consistency, not momentary intensity. It's the frequency maintained over time that creates a coherent field, a clear signal that the universe can read. Without that coherence, energy dissipates, intentions contradict each other, and the quantum field remains in potential without manifesting concretely. Lastly, one of the biggest blocks to manifesting quantum events is internal resistance. The person may be declaring the desire for something new, but subconsciously they are vibrating fear of change, attachment to the old, or doubts about worthiness. This resistance creates a vibrational field opposite to the declared intention, canceling out the signal sent to the quantum field. It's like trying to sail in two opposite directions simultaneously. The energy doesn't move, doesn't converge, doesn't manifest. Therefore, what prevents most people from triggering quantum events isn't the lack of external action, but the lack of internal alignment. They are trying to move reality physically when the true key is to sustain a clear and coherent frequency long enough for the quantum field to organize corresponding events. Identifying the dominant energy you are emitting now. To identify the dominant energy you're emitting right now, you need to go beyond conscious thought and tap into the vibrational field you sustain daily. Most people are so immersed in the fast-paced rhythm of daily life that they rarely pause to feel what they're actually emitting. Yet it is precisely this invisible frequency that determines what you attract or repel in your reality. And before attempting to change anything externally, it is essential to recognize what you are emitting internally. Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, feel the environment around you, and then turn your attention inward. What is the predominant sensation in your body right now? Is it lightness or tension, peace or anxiety, security or insecurity? Don't try to label or judge what you feel. Just observe, because that sensation is the clearest indicator of your dominant frequency. It is the signal that the quantum field is picking up at this very moment. Many people believe they are vibrating abundance when, in reality, they are merely trying to mask scarcity with superficial, positive thoughts. They repeat affirmations of prosperity, but deep down, they feel fear, worry about bills, doubt about the future. This dissonance between what they think and what they feel creates a confusing energy field, an incoherent signal that the quantum field cannot decode. That's why identifying the dominant energy is more than thinking positively. It's about tuning in to what you genuinely feel. Imagine you're watching a movie. That movie is your life, projected onto the screen of reality. Now, instead of focusing on the external images, pay attention to the soundtrack. What is playing in the background? Is it a soft melody that conveys peace and harmony? Or is it a chaotic noise filled with tension and uncertainty? That soundtrack represents your dominant vibration. And it is precisely that vibration that is attracting the characters, the scenarios, and the events that make up the movie of your life. Another way to identify your dominant vibration is to pay attention to your recurring thoughts. What are the internal dialogues that keep repeating in your mind? Are you constantly worried about what might go wrong? Do you feel you need to struggle to achieve something? Or is there a quiet confidence that everything is already working out in your favor? Thoughts are an extension of the energy you sustain, but it is the emotion associated with those thoughts that truly defines your vibrational frequency. For those who wish to go deeper in identifying this frequency, a simple but powerful exercise is the reflective question. If my current reality is a reflection of my dominant vibration, what is it telling me? Observe without judgment. If your life is filled with financial challenges, perhaps you are vibrating scarcity without realizing it. If your relationships are marked by conflict, the dominant frequency may be resistance or the need for control. The goal here is not to blame yourself or feel bad about what is manifesting, but to use external reality as a mirror that reflects your internal vibration. Another powerful indicator of your dominant frequency is the subtle signs life sends you. Synchronicities, unexpected encounters, phrases you hear repeatedly, repeating numbers. The universe is constantly responding to your vibration. But if you're not paying attention, these signs go unnoticed. When you start to notice these details, you realize that life is always reflecting what you are emitting. Lastly, a crucial aspect to observe is how you feel when you imagine the future. When you think about a desire or goal, does your body relax or tense up? Do you feel excitement or apprehension, confidence or fear? This emotional response is the most accurate translation of your dominant vibration regarding that goal. And it is precisely that vibration that the quantum field picks up and organizes into events, situations, and opportunities. Identifying the dominant energy you are emitting now is an act of honesty with yourself. It means being willing to look beyond appearances, beyond conscious desires, and connect with the true frequency you are sustaining. Because in the end, it doesn't matter what you say you want. What truly matters is what you are vibrating. And it is from that vibration that the quantum field organizes reality around you. The technique of conscious energy shifting. The technique of conscious energy shifting is a practice involving a simple yet profoundly transformative process. It doesn't require physical effort or external action. On the contrary, it's an internal adjustment, a vibrational realignment that allows you to access a higher frequency and tune into the quantum field so it responds coherently to your desires. Most people try to change reality by fighting against what has already manifested. But the quantum field doesn't respond to force or effort, it responds to sustained frequency. That's why the technique of conscious energy shifting is about creating a clear and consistent vibrational field capable of attracting new experiences and quantum events. To begin, find a quiet place where you won't be interrupted. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Breathing is the gateway to the vibrational field. It calms the mind, slows down the rhythm of thoughts, and allows you to access a deeper state of presence. With each inhale, imagine drawing a golden light into yourself, a warm, radiant energy that fills your entire body. As you exhale, release any tension, worry, or resistance. Feel yourself relaxing more with each breath. Now visualize this golden light expanding. It envelops your heart, filling it with a sense of peace and security. Feel this energy spreading through your arms, legs, head, until you are completely immersed in this luminous field. At this moment, there is no past, no future, only the present. Only you and the vibration you are sustaining right now. Stay with that sensation for a few moments, breathing slowly and deeply. Next, begin to evoke the feeling of what you want to attract into your life. If it's abundance, feel the energy of prosperity flowing through you. Imagine yourself receiving effortlessly everything you desire. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the certainty that the quantum field is already organizing the circumstances for these events to manifest. If your desire is to attract a new relationship, focus on the energy of unconditional love. Feel loved, valued, at peace with yourself. Allow this sensation to expand, creating a vibrational field so strong that it begins to radiate beyond your physical body. This is the true vibrational emission, not words or thoughts, but a coherent and sustained frequency that the quantum field picks up and reorganizes into events, encounters, and synchronicities. During the practice, it is natural for intrusive thoughts to arise. The conditioned mind is used to maintaining control, trying to rationalize and analyze everything. When this happens, don't fight the thoughts. Simply return your attention to your breath and the sensation of golden light filling your body. Imagine that each inhale is amplifying the vibration you want to sustain, and each exhale is releasing any resistance or doubt. The key to the technique of conscious energy shifting is not intensity, but consistency. It is not about performing a long or forced practice, but about sustaining the new vibration long enough for the quantum field to pick up the signal and start organizing corresponding events. And this is the most challenging part for most people. They want immediate results, not realizing that the quantum field operates at subtle levels where linear time does not exist. Therefore, when you finish the practice, don't immediately exit that state. Stay for a few moments, just feeling the vibration you generated. Sense the field around you, as if you were immersed in an invisible ocean of energy. Realize that you are not separate from external reality. You are an integral part of it, and your vibration is constantly interacting with the quantum field. How quantum reality responds to a new vibration. Quantum reality is a malleable field that responds directly and precisely to the dominant vibration you are emitting. It doesn't judge, it doesn't question, it simply reflects what you are sustaining internally. When you shift your frequency, the quantum field begins to reorganize events, people, and circumstances around that new vibration. But how exactly does this response occur? To understand it, it's crucial to remember that external reality is not solid. It is a field of energy in constant motion, where every particle responds to the vibrational state you are emitting. Imagine the quantum field as a vast, invisible ocean, where every drop is a potential possibility. Each time you sustain a vibration, it is as if you are creating ripples in this ocean. These vibrational waves travel through the field, interacting with other waves, attracting situations that correspond precisely to the frequency you are emitting. If you are vibrating scarcity, the energy you send to the quantum field creates points of convergence that attract more experiences of lack and limitation. But when you shift your vibration to abundance, these waves begin to reorganize the quantum particles, creating new possibilities for prosperity and unexpected resources. The response of the quantum field to a new vibration may seem subtle at first. Small signs start to appear, coincidences that seem like mere chance, an unexpected encounter, a message that arrives at the right moment, an invitation that seemingly comes out of nowhere. These events are evidence that reality is responding to the energetic shift you sustained. The conditioned mind tends to dismiss these signs, labeling them as luck or coincidence, But in quantum reality, there are no coincidences. Every event, no matter how small, is a precise vibrational response to what you are emitting. When the new vibration is sustained long enough, the signs intensify. People who were distant start to reappear, opportunities arise from unexpected sources, situations that once seemed blocked begin to flow effortlessly. It's as if reality is being reorganized to align with your new frequency. And that is exactly what is happening. The energy you sustain creates a magnetic field that not only attracts corresponding situations, but also repels everything that is not in resonance with your new vibration. This is why, as you elevate your frequency, some people, situations, or old patterns may begin to disappear from your life. They are no longer in resonance with your new vibration and therefore are no longer drawn into your quantum field. This process can be uncomfortable because the conditioned mind tends to cling to the familiar, even if the familiar is misaligned with the new reality you want to manifest. However, it is essential to understand that the quantum field is always in motion, always responding to the dominant vibration. When you decide to sustain a new frequency, reality begins to reorganize to reflect that choice. Another crucial aspect is that the response of the quantum field does not follow a linear path. The conditioned mind expects predictable results, logical steps, concrete actions that lead to the goal. But in quantum reality, things happen unexpectedly, outside the linear order. The new vibration creates shortcuts, improbable connections, pathways that the logical mind cannot predict. That's why when sustaining a new frequency, it is essential to release control over the how and focus solely on the vibration you are emitting. When you do this, you open space for the quantum field to move without restrictions, bringing about results that often defy conventional logic. Another key point is the intensity of the sustained vibration. The quantum field responds not only to the quality of the vibration, but also to its intensity and consistency. Imagine that you are broadcasting a radio signal. If the signal is weak and intermittent, the reception will be unstable, full of noise. But if the signal is strong and constant, the message will come through clearly and distinctly. The same applies to quantum reality. The stronger and more coherent the sustained vibration, the quicker and more precise the field's response will be. Finally, it is important to emphasize that the quantum field makes no distinction between what you desire and what you fear. It simply responds to the dominant vibration. If you are vibrating fear of losing something, even unconsciously, quantum reality will respond to that fear by creating situations that confirm that frequency. Therefore, the key is to maintain vibrational coherence, sustaining the vibration of what you want to experience instead of focusing on what you fear or wish to avoid. Quantum reality is a field in constant motion, always responding to your vibration. When you elevate your frequency and maintain it consistently, the field begins to reorganize events, bringing synchronicities, unexpected encounters, and opportunities that previously seemed impossible. But it is consistency that determines the outcome. The longer you sustain the new vibration, the more the quantum field aligns with your intention, creating a new reality that precisely reflects the energy you have chosen to emit. Signs that quantum events are beginning to manifest. When quantum events begin to manifest, the external reality starts sending clear and often unexpected signs. These signs can appear in subtle ways but have a significant impact, revealing that the sustained energy is finally beginning to reorganize into tangible occurrences. The first evidence that quantum events are manifesting is the presence of synchronicities. You think of someone you haven't seen in years, and suddenly that person sends you a message or crosses your path. Or you are reflecting on an important decision, and a casual conversation brings exactly the answer you needed to hear. These coincidences are not random but vibrational alignments that show that the quantum field is picking up and responding to your new frequency. Another common sign is repeated numbers, those numerical patterns that seem to follow you everywhere. You glance at the clock and see 11:11, open a message, and notice 22:22. These numbers are not random. They function as vibrational codes, as confirmations that you are in tune with the new reality you are creating. Each numerical sequence carries a specific message, but in essence, they all point to the same principle. The quantum field is sending a signal that manifestation is underway. Another powerful indication that reality is responding to your new vibration is the feeling of flow. Situations that once felt blocked begin to unfold effortlessly. A project that was stagnant gains sudden momentum. An opportunity you weren't expecting naturally comes your way. It's as if doors are opening on their own, without you having to force anything. This flow is clear evidence that the energy is reorganizing according to the vibration you chose to sustain. Conversely, another important but often overlooked sign is the disappearance of people, situations, or opportunities that are no longer in sync with your new frequency. You may feel that certain friends are drifting away without apparent reason, or that a job that once seemed crucial suddenly loses its meaning. This movement can be unsettling because the conditioned mind tends to resist change. However, it is a clear sign that the quantum field is making a vibrational adjustment, removing everything that no longer resonates with the new reality you are creating. Additionally, when quantum reality begins to respond, you may feel a subtle but powerful internal shift. There is an increase in intuition, a mental clarity that allows you to see things more deeply. You begin to notice that certain ideas, once ignored, now make sense. Intuition intensifies, functioning like a radar that picks up information even before events manifest physically. Another significant sign is the sensation of inner alignment. You begin to feel an inexplicable peace, a state of certainty that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Even if the results haven't materialized concretely, there is an inner knowing that everything is in the right place, that things are unfolding exactly as they should. This state of alignment is a clear indicator that the quantum field is working behind the scenes, organizing events to align with the new vibration you are sustaining. Finally, a sign that often goes unnoticed is the appearance of challenges or setbacks that seem to come out of nowhere. The conditioned mind may interpret these events as obstacles, but in reality, they function as vibrational tests. When you elevate your frequency, the quantum field may present situations that challenge you to sustain that new vibration, even in the face of adversity. These challenges are not setbacks, but opportunities to consolidate the new frequency, to show the quantum field that you are truly committed to the new reality you want to manifest. Recognizing these signs is crucial to avoid falling into the trap of doubt or disbelief. The conditioned mind is always seeking concrete evidence, visible proof that the change is happening. But quantum reality operates at subtle levels, where the first signs may seem insignificant or even contradictory. The key is to stay attentive, observing every detail with an expanded perspective, without attachment to the outcome, but with the certainty that the energy is in motion and that the manifestation is on its way. The daily practice to sustain the new vibration. The daily practice of sustaining the new vibration is essential for the quantum field to continue responding consistently to the energy you're emitting. Many people believe that a sporadic practice or a few minutes of positive thinking are enough to change reality. However, the quantum field does not respond to fleeting intentions, but to the vibration maintained in a continuous and coherent manner. It is the sustained frequency that creates a magnetic field strong enough to attract quantum events aligned with the new desired reality. Upon waking, even before opening your eyes, take a few moments to tune in to the vibration you want to sustain throughout the day. Instead of letting the mind automatically dive into worries, tasks, and commitments, direct your attention to silent gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful frequencies because it communicates to the quantum field that you already possess what you desire. Feel grateful for the simple fact that you are breathing, that you are conscious, that you have the chance to create a new day from a new vibration. Throughout the day, it is essential to take small, conscious pauses. Most people spend the day reacting automatically to external situations, unaware that they are constantly emitting conflicting vibrations. These pauses don't need to be long, just a few minutes of presence or enough to realign your frequency. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what is the energy I am sustaining right now? This simple question can reveal whether you are vibrating peace or anxiety, confidence or doubt. Identifying the dominant vibration allows you to adjust your energy field before it solidifies into undesired quantum events. Another essential aspect is cultivating a state of full presence. When you are present, the conditioned mind loses its grip and your frequency stabilizes. Being present means paying attention to the moment without being carried away by past thoughts or future projections. It can be while you drink a cup of coffee, feeling the warmth of the mug in your hands, or while walking and sensing the contact of your feet on the ground. Every moment of presence is a powerful act of vibrational maintenance, as the mind is not projecting fear or expectation. It is simply being in harmony with the present moment. Before going to sleep, create a simple but profoundly transformative ritual. The last vibration you emit before falling asleep is especially powerful because it becomes the frequency that your quantum field absorbs throughout the sleep period. Lie down comfortably, close your eyes, and visualize the reality you want to create. Don't focus on specific details. Instead, feel the sensation of already living that new reality. Feel the peace, the confidence, the gratitude as if everything has already manifested. This vibrational state acts as an energetic command, informing the quantum field that this is the new frequency you choose to sustain. Throughout the day, it's natural for challenging situations to arise, attempting to pull you back to the old vibration. In these moments, instead of reacting automatically, pause and breathe. Remember that every event is an opportunity to reaffirm your new vibration. If someone provokes you or an unexpected problem arises, ask yourself, does this situation deserve that I abandon my new frequency? This question brings awareness that you are the only one responsible for the energy you sustain, regardless of what is happening externally. The daily practice of sustaining the new vibration is not about achieving a state of perfection, but about maintaining consistency. It is natural to oscillate, to feel disconnected at times, but what truly matters is the willingness to return to the chosen frequency. Each time you realign, the quantum field receives a stronger, more coherent signal, accelerating the manifestation process. For those who wish to deepen the practice, a powerful exercise is to create a vibrational journal. In it, you record all the evidence that the quantum field is responding to your new vibration. It could be an unexpected encounter, a synchronized message, or a sense of peace without any apparent reason. These records serve as vibrational anchors, reinforcing the new frequency and in preventing the conditioned mind from dismissing the signs that are emerging. Sustaining the new vibration is an act of conscious choice, a daily commitment to the reality you want to create. It is not about controlling the external, but mastering the internal, maintaining a high frequency regardless of circumstances. Over time, this practice becomes a natural state, a new way of being, where the vibration you choose to emit becomes the dominant pattern, and consequently, the quantum reality around you begins to respond unmistakably. We've reached the end of our journey, but the true transformation is just beginning. Today, you discovered that reality is not fixed, but a vibrational field that responds to the energy you sustain. You learned that quantum events don't arise by chance, but from the coherence between your internal vibration and what you want to manifest. Now it's time to integrate this knowledge. Every day, choose the frequency you want to emit. Stay present, aware, and tuned in to the reality you wish to create. Because when your vibration aligns with the new reality, the quantum field has no choice but to respond. If you've made it this far, write in the comments, "I am the quantum field in action." This way, you affirm to the universe and to yourself that you are ready to manifest the extraordinary.